Hey guys, Jeff here from Films at Home. Thanks for coming back for another video. Hopefully you're liking the frequency of the videos lately. I've been trying to do more and more content, especially as I'm getting more comments about what you guys want to see. And that's been great. That's given me some good ideas for videos, so I appreciate that. In today's video, what we're going to talk about, and this was a requested video that I saw in the comments of a couple older videos. So there were comments on the best of 2018 video and the top 10 4K Blu-ray video that I did. Those are both fairly old now, at least 6 months old, considering the 2018. It's unbelievable that we're almost in June. And so halfway through 2019 here, I want to talk about what I think have been the 5 best 4K releases so far this year, and a few that I'm really highly anticipating coming out towards the end of the year. So I'm going to run through basically 5 titles. I don't want to go into 10. I will do a top 10 list at the end of the year. These are the best 5 from the first half of 2019 so far. So hopefully you get some good recommendations and you see some stuff that you'd really like to pick up. So without further ado, let's jump into number 1. First off, I just reviewed this on my channel, but it is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Absolutely incredible 4K audio, 4K visuals, HDR off the charts, beautiful animation, and an awesome, awesome movie. If you haven't seen this yet, go check out my full review video, learn more about the 4K. I did some more in-depth reviewing there, but you're gonna really like this movie if you have a nice 4K setup. And if you do have a Dolby Vision setup, this is Dolby Vision capable, but the regular HDR10 looked incredible anyway. Easily one of the best animated movies I've seen on 4K. It reminded me a lot of the Lego Batman movie, which has some great colors and great use of HDR, but the animation on this was just so unique. It's a great movie, awesome transfer. It won Best Animated Picture at the Oscars. And it's hard to pick against this one as one of the 5 best of 2019 so far. Next one up is a DC movie. This is Aquaman. So I've actually had better luck with the DC movies versus the Marvel movies when it comes to 4K. There's something about the 4K releases of these DC movies that the HDR really helps with. I think it may be kind of the grim darkness of some of the scenes in movies like Justice League or like Suicide Squad. The HDR helps brighten things up so it doesn't feel as dark. And then in movies like Wonder Woman and here in Aquaman, when you have a much brighter environment for most of the movie or for good chunks of it, they do a really nice job and the transfers were great. And so Aquaman's no exception, especially where the majority of this movie, or at least a good portion of it, maybe not the majority, but a good portion of it takes place in this underworld, underwater world, right? So you've got blues and greens and light blue and kind of that aqua color that's mixed in with Aquaman in his kind of greenish, yellowish suit. There's also lots of great costumes in the movie. There's a lot of cool stuff that goes on here, and the HDR is incredible. 4K transfer is excellent, and it also has some great audio. So if you're looking for a nice demo piece, a lot of people, when I got my projector, told me to check out Aquaman, and it's no joke. It's really, really good. It has a great use of HDR, great 4K, and made this list easily as a highlight of 2019 so far. The next one on my list is First Man with Ryan Gosling. This movie is really incredible. So if you missed this in like IMAX, it's one of those movies like Interstellar where like you really wanted to see it in IMAX if you could. But if you missed it, the 4K release is excellent. I also did a full 4K review of this on my channel, so you can go back and find that video if you're interested in a more in-depth review. But First Man has some unbelievable audio. The bass on this, my SVS subwoofer, I've got a big 12-inch subwoofer over here. The thing was going nuts, shaking the floor, shaking the room during the climax scenes. All the surround effects are so well done. It's a great audio release, but it also has some excellent, excellent visuals. Again, HDR, especially during scenes, during takeoff when there's There's a lot of color mixed with dark black. There's a really cool mix. You can even see it like basically on the cover here. All these bright lights, you know, the reflection of the sun and stars, you know, mixed off of basically the blackness of the spaceship and during launch and the blackness of the night sky. And then when they do get to the moon, the HDR is really great because you've got that black backdrop with a gray landscape of the moon. Like, there's some really cool stuff here. It's an awesome movie, great space movie. I thought it should have got more attention. Ryan Gosling does a really nice job. Damien Chazelle is the director. He did Whiplash and La La Land, and this one kind of got not nearly as much attention as his other two movies, but I think it deserved it. It's a great movie. It's a great 4K release. It came out right at the beginning of 2019, but it has held its own throughout the rest of the year as one of the best 4K releases of this year so far. Next on my list, this is sort of a no-brainer, and this ties into one of my most anticipated 4K releases of the year, but this is 2001: A Space Odyssey, Stanley Kubrick's masterpiece movie. This 4K transfer is unbelievable. It looks like the movie was shot literally yesterday. I have a full review again of this on my channel if you want to learn more about it and get into more of the specifics, but just know that this may be the best use of 4K technology that I've seen, because you're talking about a movie that has a 70mm scan, so there's a ton of data to work with, and 4K is actually downscaling, because with 70mm you can get up into 8K and beyond with the amount of data on film, but it looks absolutely fabulous. The new transfer, the remaster, Warner Brothers did an incredible job with this, and the audio is very solid, but the best piece here is the picture quality. If you do have a larger screen, if you do have a projector, this was one of my favorite things to pop in when I got the projector to show it off, and I cannot wait to sit down and watch the whole thing on the big screen. It was incredible on my 55-inch 4K TV. It'll be even more outstanding on a larger 92-inch screen. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. And if you do have a larger screen, this will really take advantage of it. It looks excellent. I haven't seen an older movie be restored as nicely as this one was. This is on an all-time top 10 4K list, so it definitely makes the list for this year. And it leads into one of my most anticipated movies, which was just released, which is The Shining, another Stanley Kubrick movie. That is coming out in 4K this fall. I don't know the exact date. I believe it's in October, right around Halloween. Obviously, there'll be some good sales of it. But based on what they did with this and Warner Brothers, the work they did on 2001, I'm super excited to see what they do with The Shining, another classic, another movie shot on film that could look outstanding in 4K. So that's a really hotly anticipated release for me. And then the last one on this list, it is fairly recent, but it's another older movie that the transfer was just such an upgrade on 4K because of the amount of data on film. That is Alien, the 40th anniversary. Excellent audio, incredible use of the HDR. It's like watching this movie for the first time. All the real dark scenes in Alien were even difficult to make out on a Blu-ray. I know watching this on DVD a million years ago, those are really hard to make out sometimes just because it's such a dark movie. You're getting to 4K, you're getting used to that HDR. It's the perfect template. It's the perfect test point for HDR is Alien, because it's so dark and the HDR blows it away. Like, that's the biggest selling point on this movie, is you're gonna be able to make out every little detail against those really dark backdrops, you know, and there's a lot of stuff in here that you may not have seen the first time around. You're going to get a really good look at this time. It's an excellent 4K transfer. Props to Fox for the work on this one. And I'm really excited to see if they can do some more, maybe Aliens, the sequel. That would be great in a few years, or to follow this up, or to do an Alien Predator 4K box set. They've been doing Predator movies in 4K. So that'd be really cool. But Alien, if you're a horror fan, if you're a fan of sci-fi, just like 2001, this is an older movie that they fully restored, and it looks absolutely incredible. It could have been shot yesterday. You'd never know this movie was 40 years old. So props to them, and easily one of the best of the year. Again, if you want the full review, it is on my channel. It's a few videos back from this one, but you can go check that out for a full review of audio specs and video. But such an excellent release. I highly recommend this one to anybody who's looking for quality 4K discs. Not everything in 4K is quality. That's why I kind of say that. There's a lot of 4K stuff that's come out from Lionsgate is sort of notorious for it, where they've just been pumping out titles that nobody really asked for, and now you can find them for $5 on eBay. And the transfer is just not that good. And so 4K really shines when people take the time and effort to put together a great transfer, like Alien, like 2001, First Man, and then animated movies and Aquaman, stuff with really bright colors. 4K just absolutely blows it away. So that's sort of my list. That's what I think has been the best that I've reviewed this year so far. If I missed one or you had one that you want to add to the list, let me know in the comments, because I'm always interested to add more to my collection. Like I said, I can't get every single 4K movie, so again, this is just from what I have seen this year and reviewed. But if I'm missing some, I'll go checking out some eBay listings, try to find it, and I'm always looking for more recommendations. Some of the more hotly anticipated movies for me that are coming out this year are older movies. Again, I had already mentioned The Shining is one I'm definitely looking forward to. Some of the others are the Batman movies that are coming out on 4K. So the originals with, I shouldn't say originals, Adam West is probably the original, but the original movies with Michael Keaton from the late 80s, early 90s, and even Batman and Robin and Batman Forever, I want to check out because they have some really cool color schemes there. There's also a lot of good new releases. There's Captain Marvel. There's Us, Jordan Peele's movie that's coming out soon on 4K. Toy Story and Toy Story 2 are making their way to 4K. And there should be some more Disney movies following down the pipeline there. But there's a lot of really cool stuff that I'm looking forward to personally, along with some more animated features. There are some DC animated movies I want to check out. There is some more Pixar that hopefully comes out on 4K. And, it should be an exciting second half of the year here. And I'm always waiting for new announcements. I post them on Instagram when I hear from the studios that a new 4K title has been announced. But I love that they're going back and doing some catalog titles like Batman, like The Shining. Hopefully we get some more horror movies. Stuff like Poltergeist would be really cool since that's older. To get that in 4K. They did Halloween in 4K, but being able to maybe get some of the old Friday the 13th movies or Nightmare on Elm Street updated to 4K, stuff like that is what I'm really looking forward to, because that's where 4K truly shines, in my opinion, is taking these old movies on Blu-ray that maybe didn't have the best transfer the first time around, going back to their original film elements in using the 4K technology, using the capabilities of that extra storage space on the disc to include more data from the film to make a cleaner image and really just remaster these movies so that they're shown as they were originally intended to be shown when they were originally, projected on film in the theaters back in the 70s, 80s, whenever. So those are the ones I'm really excited about. I'm really hoping for more. If there are any others that you're excited about, again, let me know in the comments. I'll keep an eye out for them. Other than that, let's just keep this train rolling. We're about 900 subscribers away from 10,000. So I appreciate everybody who has subscribed. If you haven't yet, not sure what you're waiting for, it takes one click and you'll make me a very happy guy. So go click the subscribe button, like the video, comment. Like I said, there's a lot of things I want to hear back from you. Let me know, what your best of the year is so far. Let me know what you're looking forward to for 4K titles. And then always remember, follow me on Instagram, and you can also help support the channel by clicking either the donation link down in the description or some of the Amazon affiliate links which I've provided, which give you links back to my Blu-ray shelving, the home theater chairs I'm sitting in right now, some of my speakers, the projector screen, the projector I'm using. If you do purchase any of those things and use my link, I get a little bit of money back. Helps me, buy more titles to review, helps me to buy more equipment, helps me to try new things, so I appreciate that. Other than that, though, thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support. Hopefully you've enjoyed the added cadence of videos here, with more videos coming faster for you. And other than that, I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe there'll be another video soon. Who knows? Stay tuned.